Alright, let's get things started. Where did we leave off? I've got some serious need for cable management. Let's see. Not really, but almost. There we go. To this number. Bring this down here. Go to here. Get chat up. I still have to get this chat thing figured out. What's up, Shreyas? Pop out. Go. Am I your first sub? Are you subbed? Yes, then you are my first sub. First ever. I've got to figure out, I got to fix the notifications. I have no idea when things are happening. I didn't even know you'd subbed. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much. Yeah. I don't even know how to, it should be, did at least not a real streamer not gonna make it exactly right. I don't know how to, I think the problem is that I don't use any sound. I don't have headphones in, so I don't hear anything that happens in stream. So that's probably what I need to fix. I probably need to just give in and buy a pair of big headphones and just start wearing headphones. Because then I'd know when things happened. Yeah. Yeah, I think we all know that's the answer. Alright. What? What does this even mean? You also need to set up stream notifications. What are stream notifications? That's where it shows up on stream? I thought I had those. Did they not work? Overlays. Hold on. I do need to get this working, so maybe right now is the best time to test this and figure out what's going on. Alerts. In here. Where am I? Okay, there's my preview. So if I click send test alert, does anything? Bye, see ya. Okay, that at least pops up. Good luck out there. Okay, so that worked. Pre-roll ads. Oh no, ads. How did I get that? Edit stream manager panels. Ads manager. Huh, okay. Yeah, I still don't know. I'm still gonna have to figure that out. We're gonna have to figure it out. First, we need to figure this out. Why does all these things say curl failed? What does that mean? Get sources of Savvy. Curl failed. Process 1 of 4. Failed to get sources of Savvy. Error while fetching sources for Savvy. 4.0. This says failed to fetch this. Okay. Let's first actually can I do right? Actually, I bet I can just paste it in here and see what happens. That appears to have done exactly what I thought it would do, which is download the TBC file. I just want to delete it, move to trash. Okay. What is all this stuff? Anyway. What's happening here? Error failed to get sources. That's all it did. Sorry. Why does this fail? I suspect there must be something going on with Opam just in general, or this repo. Are any of them passing right now? Hey, did you miss any leaked secrets? Yarrow, you have not missed any leaked secrets. I am a vault. A absolute master of not leaking secrets now. For sure, definitely. Every single one of these PRs is read, so that makes me think that maybe it's not us. 55 jobs failed. All failed for the same reason. Okay. This isn't our fault. All of the tests that were supposed to pass did pass. The sources retrieval did not. This seems like an Opam thing. 5 linked issues. Oh, okay. Oh, there's comments on this one. Let's see what they're talking about here. Curl fails to get source. It's strange. I can get it fine using the same command. Things go to 6. Seems bizarre. There are occasional transient network issues in CI. Compatibility transition back for rock. Should there be opened blah curl issues? Thanks. There's a DNS issue. Windows CI works fine. Yeah, okay. So they've opened this, and this appears to still be in flight. Perfect. All right, we'll just keep an eye on this then. Okay. Well, in the meantime, that's not where I want to be. Development. Nope, I'm in development. Savvy. Okay, everything is set in Savvy. Let's see, where did we finish off? We updated the changelog. We added some clarifying remarks. Cleaned up the error handling for GitHub. So yesterday we put in the PR for Opam, the updated Opam, and that was great. I mean, it's sort of great. The CI is apparently busted right now, but otherwise great. So Opam or Savvy 040 is awaiting acceptance into Opam. So we need to work on a demo app now. We have Savvy. Savvy works. I'm confident that it works, but we do need to build an app or something that actually uses it, because that would just be cool. And I think that'd be good to show how it works, that it works. It'd be good to have like a demo app. And obviously I want to build it with OCaml because it's Savvy. We have to. I'm not entirely sure what to build though. I'm kind of thinking maybe we'll just do something, I don't know, like a landing page-esque. Actually, I had worked on something a while back. I wonder if I still have it. Camel launch, yeah. There we go. Camel launch. Does this build? It does not. Wait, what is this? Wait, is this not a Dune file? Oh, this looks like JavaScript. Hold on. Oh, this is PHP? Did I build this in Laravel? App artisan. Storage routes. I don't actually remember what I built this in. But CD camel launch. Yeah, there's a composer.lock, so this is a PHP of some kind. App artisan. What's in app? Actions, console events, exceptions, HTTP models. Okay, this feels like this is a Laravel. How do I start a Laravel app? I can't remember. I should figure this out because I'm going to be a Laracon this year. Laravel start, not, no, nope, there we go. Let's start it. Heard next steps, installing, creating application. Create application, I just want to start it. Just tell me how to, what was the command to start? It's like PHP artisan start or something like that, serve. Is that it? I'm just gonna try it. PHP artisan serve. Yep, that looks right. And it's busted. Unable to locate file in Vite manifest. Oh, is this one of those ones where I've got to have, it's an older version of Laravel, so I've got to have two servers running. And that was where I had to have like, what was it? I really gotta just update this thing. Let's take a look. There's gotta be a package.json, right? Yep. That was not what I wanted to do. Package.json. Vite. I'll just run dev, npm dev. Npm run dev. Okay, cool. Refresh this. Hey! Okay, well this looks basically like I did not do anything here. So... Nope. I have no idea. Alright, well, I guess we won't work on this. Let's work on just getting a basic website built with Dune. This is too old anyway. Get rid of that. Stop that. CD, nope. Go up one. Okay. Wait, what? There we go. Alright. Boop. Let's do Dune init project. What are we gonna call this? What kind of a simple website should we do? Man, naming things is like my least favorite thing. Let's see. Let's just call it something basic. OCaml landing page. Cool. So let's go into OCaml landing page. Oh shoot, now I've got two things to start with OCaml. Alright, so we do a Dune build in here. Alright, well we'll just use this as sort of our introductory. Maybe I'll cut this video up later, or this recording later, and we'll make like a getting started with Dune. And then I'll say something like, yeah, no, I'm not even going to do that. But if you are watching this on YouTube later, liking and subscribing is the only way that I know that you thought this video or was useful. Just so you know. So we've done Dune init, which creates a new project, an entirely new OCaml project that's already scaffolded with Dune. And now we have done a Dune build. It shows everything works. If I do a Dune exec, and then I can do the name of the app, OCaml-landing, it's going to run everything that's in bin/main.ml, which is this Hello World app. So if we go over to main, you'll see this is our OCaml app. In OCaml, just having this anonymous function here is always going to be the default function that it's going to use as sort of, I guess in Java it'd be like the main function, or in, I think that's what they call it in Java. Yeah, this is the entry point if you're a JavaScript developer. That's what's going on here. Yeah, so this is where the bulk of, well, this is the entirety of the app right now. But let's look at adding OCaml Dream Web Framework. I love the Dream Web Framework. All right, so we're gonna get started with an example. We'll just go to the GitHub. We want one of the example apps. Boop. And I don't know. I don't think I have anything particular that I really want to. There's not like any auth examples here, is there? That would be ideal. Chat. SE GraphQL. Buh. Nginx, Postgres. Postgres could be interesting. I don't think I have Postgres set up on my machine right now, though. Actually, I need to use Postgres because we were going to try and use Octane, Teach's OCaml database library. Okay, well, let's just grab a simple one. We'll start from there. Router, that feels right. Oh wait, hold on, middleware. Middleware is a good one. Oh, it just uses the logging middleware. Well, that's still better than nothing. All right, so we'll grab this. And we will go. Got that. So then we're going to have to go to our Dune file that's located or co-located right next to this main.ml. And we're going to have to add Dream as a library in here. And then we're going to have to make sure Dream is installed in this particular Opam switch. Already is. Very good. Seems you've not updated your repositories for a while, sir. Let's do that. So what we have to do is we have to install Dream. Then we have to tell Dune that we are using that particular library in our app. So that's going to look like that libraries function that I showed you in Dune. Every single directory will get its own Dune file. You can see when there's one in lib, one in test, one in bin. And in our Dune file, it's going to say what the name of that. Well, the Dune file is going to have a bunch of things. They're going to have a bunch of different kinds that look like this. They're going to say either module or library or executable. One that's got an executable line at the top is going to be compiled by Dune into a program that you can actually run. So that's what bin has in it by default. It's got an executable. The public name for the executable that it's creating is this name. So in our case, it's OCaml-landing. And then it's got a name of main and libraries OCaml landing and Dream. Now it's got this one in there, OCaml landing, because there is a Dune file in the lib called OCaml landing, but it in fact points at nothing because it is alone in this directory. But it still works, and Dune will still treat it like a real thing. So let's come back to main. Now we'll pop out of here. We'll do a Dune build, and that's gonna resolve all of those issues that we had there. So now we're back in here. So we're using Dream, and then Dream library, it's going to let us set up a very quick HTTP server that will run, and it's going to have a couple of things we need to notice. So this is a middleware that's being run. Dream run starts the server. At Dream logger is going to start up a middleware that is the Dream logger, which is going to log things to the actual terminal that you're going to see over here on the side. And then we've got our actual handler, and we can get a lot more detailed and intricate with these handlers, but this is just a good starting spot. This one doesn't even check what route you're in. All right, so appropriate good morning world, since it's always early morning when I stream. Not early morning for everyone watching the stream, but it's early morning for me. Actually, I guess it's not that early, but anyway. So we've got this. This is just going to, when you hit the root directory, it's going to show Good Morning World on the page. So let's run it. Dune exec, OCaml landing. So here we go. We're running here at this. So if we open up this page, we're going to see a bunch of things, and look, there we go. Good Morning World. Everything sets up. Everything works right away. It's awesome. That's the best. But all right, ads are in progress, so let's just take a look at some other things and get super explainy. So we've got Good Morning World being displayed on the screen. We'll see all these logs here. This is all because of that Dream logger that we added. It's going to be sort of like the basic kind of logs that you'd expect to see in like a Next.js app or a Laravel app, or I don't know, a Remix app, right? Like you're going to get all these like basic logs that are just kind of be default, and that's what's going to get shown when you do your logger middleware with Dream. So we've got to go back. Let's kill this server. And now let's come back over here to main. All right, 20 seconds more on ads. I gotta start running those at better times. Yeah, so we've got Good Morning World showing. And what it's doing is it's actually running this string through a function called dream.html. And dream.html, its whole purpose is to take in a string and convert it to an HTML type that Dream can serve. So all we've got right now is that Good Morning World on the screen, and that's just being accomplished by passing Good Morning World as a string to dream.html, which is a function that converts strings into HTML types that Dream can then respond to user requests with. So we want to change what sort of stuff we're getting. We need some HTML. So let's pop back out here. Let's look through our examples. And let's just look at some like templates. Templates might be a good one. Yeah, there we go. All right. So here is an example of a template where you're going to have a render, you accept a parameter, and then you put the parameter in here. So here it's a slightly more involved example. He's using an actual router where he's getting actual routes and serving specific things on those routes. So we can steal some of that just for demo purposes here. So we'll put this in here, and we go ahead and grab this render function. Oops. And then we P and hope B. Oh, I thought I had a space under here. Guess not. All right. So in this case, I think we actually need a PPX. So we come to this Dune. Oh, he's using Dream-Html. I better read this. Dream templates allow interleaving OCaml and HTML in a straightforward way and help with XSS protection. After looking at a secure example, we will weaken and then explore it. So this is our secure example. This requires a bit more setup in our Dune file to run the template preprocessor. So that's this and this. So we can steal this. We can pop back over to our Dune file. And we can drop this in here. Drop that there, and then we can grab this pre-process line, just the opening and closing parentheses really. And we can drop this here. Like so. Why are there 3 opening? That might be actually be a typo in this. There's three closing. Open. Close, open, close. Oh no, it goes with executable. Why does mine not have 3 then? Oh, it actually should have 3. I'm just a fool. Haha. Alright, there we go. Cool. So we do that. Now if we do a Dune build, no, maybe not. No rule found for bin template.eml.ml. Wait, do I need to have a... Oh, it's specifically looking for template.eml. So let's pop back over to that Dune file really quick. This should be just main.ml, I guess. Oh wait, maybe not. Syntax error. Substitution uses, okay. Wait, why did that just not work? So rule targets template.ml. Where's template.ml? Oh wait, am I supposed to do, no? Oh, do I need to Opam install? Oh, I didn't add PPS or LWT. Okay. Okay, we'll do a quick install. It's fine. Nothing to do. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Permission denied. Fatal error. Exception. Permission denied. Sudo Dune build. Don't see my password. Dune command not found. Okay, whatever. Permission denied doesn't make any sense. What is... It's got like read, write, execute for everybody. Read, write, read, write, read, write. Alright, maybe we don't use this example. Let's pop back out of here. Go back to example. Let's look at not template. We could do static. Oh, that's just the static path. XML Dream-Html. Here we go. Let open Dream-Html. Oh, I don't know if I like the Dream-Html. Maybe? Okay. Dream-Html escapes strings by default, just as the built-in templater does. I don't know. This one is like, I don't know. We could try it out. Dream-Html out of the box support for HTMX attributes. Wait a second. Is this? I think this is URs. Let's double check. Yeah. Okay. It's worth exploring then. Let's give it a shot. Let's see. Greet who. Let's just replace this router function with. We'll just do this. We'll get rid of that up there. We'll just put this in there. Unbound module Dream-Html. Yeah, I bet. Let's go to hello. Dune. Let's just delete that. Okay. What else did we need here? We don't need anything. We just need Dream-Html. Dream and Dream-Html. And we'll just nuke that. I might keep that on a different line so I don't mess myself up again. And then let's go back over here. Actually, no, we gotta Dune build first. Oh wait, I've got Opam installed, Dream-Html. Sorry, I'm starting to get mumbly. Dream-Html not found. Oh yes, install. So we'll pop back over here. Okay, rocket ship taken off. Here we go. If I do a Dune build now, everything works. Dune exec. OCaml landing. So we'll run that. Come back over here, refresh the page, and then boom, good morning world in big, beautiful, bold letters. All right. So we cancel that. Let's take a quick look at our main.ml so we can kind of see what's going on here. We've got our tags. Essentially, it appears that our tags have some kind of, we're basically using the name of the HTML tag, and we're passing it a list which has its attributes, and then we're passing it a list of children. So every single item looks like it's going to get two lists, or a list and a string, I suppose. So here, got HTML. It's been given the language English attribute, which is good for like I18N. You always want to have that. And then we're going to give it a head and a body and a comment section. So comment is going to be embedded in the HTML. So let's take a quick look. And here we are. We've got a comment that's embedded in the HTML. I don't actually know what the purpose of this is. I've never stopped to consider that maybe I'd want to put comments in my code. We could try it. Yeah, so we're just gonna, we've got a head. It's giving us a title, which is greeting. So if we had this tab open a little bit bigger, you can see it up here, greeting. It's got a body with an H1 with the text good morning, and then it's passing in a string and it's accepting this. So txt must be another library that does like string interpolation for like security purposes and stuff. Always great to get to use interpolation in a sentence. So let's jazz this up a little bit. How do we add CSS to this? Is there any? Let's actually look at UR's repo, because his will be more interesting and will tell us more things. HTML escaping attribute and text values are escaped when using rules very similar to standard compliant web browser. Are escaped using rules very similar. Good. How to install Dream-Html. Cool. Yeah, Dream-Html. A convenience is provided to respond. Convenience function is provided to respond with an HTML node from a handler. Dream-Html will respond to greeting, and you can compose multiple HTML nodes to get. Okay. Okay. Attributes. What about styles? What about CSS? Surface design obviously lifted straight from Elm HTML. Good. Always good to start with something that worked. Implementation inspired by both Elm HTML and Scala tags. Many languages and libraries have similar HTML embedded DSLs. Here they are. I'm so trained to look for OCaml now that I immediately looked at this list and said, no, but no OCaml, and then remembered where I was. We're here in the OCaml one. So, I'm still not seeing styles. I think we could potentially just put styles directly into the style attribute, right? So we can do that over here. If I do style, yeah, text tag, note the content of this tag is not escaped. String attribute, what's the difference here? I don't know, we'll use this one. Style, I'm assuming it wants text string. Let's see, background, background, color red. This expression has type string. Oh. Expression is expected of type attribute. There's some examples here. Dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work, man. It really doesn't say anything about CSS in here. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree though. Maybe he hasn't, maybe that's not what he's really spending a lot of time focusing on with this. This does appear to be a pure HTML DSL, but HTML should have style in its spec, so I'm gonna figure this out. Actually, does Dream have anything to do with styles, like CSS? I can actually look at OCaml, Dream Web Framework. Let's come here. Let's do a search on this page, CSS. Okay. Synth tags. Just these two spots. Okay, no. Pass on that for now then. Alright, let's just figure out this error. This expression has type a unit string node. Format for. It's A. But expression was expected of type attribute. Okay, okay. It feels like a text tag. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to have. Maybe I'm supposed to have attribute. Does not carry any. I really want background color. GitHub Copilot. Let's see what you got. Oh. Shoot. Anyway. Ad starting soon. So sorry. I don't know how to stop these. Let's see. How do I even do a Copilot search in here? No, not pure HTML. Let's look at Dream-Html. Let's look at this. Okay, form validate. What is an attribute? What is an attribute? Oh. Live reload. Endpoint socket. Is it like a dream.attribute? It seems like up here it was just language. Like it just knew it. It knew what was going on. but now it doesn't. What if I just do this? A text tag equals attribute list. But expression with respect to type attribute. Oh wait, okay. A text tag equals let's do this. Gemini. We'll ask the robot. I'm building a simple website using the Dream OCaml framework and the Dream-Html library with it. I'm trying to add styles to my body tag, but I get this error. When I write my body tag like so. I know this is wrong, but it's fine. Gemini will figure it out. Let's see if we can figure out. I kind of just want to like sick it on this. This error message indicates that you're passing the style function itself as an attribute rather than a style attribute applied with a specific CSS rule. Okay, this is what I thought, but this didn't appear to work. Let's just try this. Background color, font family, yeah. Grab this, and we'll try putting this in here. I don't think this will work either, but I could be crazy. What the heck? Why did that work? Why did it not work when, oh no, it's still not working. There's an error there. Okay, whew, close one. Grab this. Okay, when using your example style implementation, I get this error. Alright, so this expression has type, so it looks like this, calling style with this string is returning this function, which makes me think that this is returning something like a builder or something maybe. Or maybe not. This expression has type string, but an expression with respect to type attribute list. So maybe style takes a list. Is it maybe that this should be like this? No. Because I was thinking maybe it could be like background color and then like red. No, expected. This is expression of type. Because like it would make sense to me that this should take, that style should take an array, or that should take a list. Because this just seems like a mess. Like my gut tells me that this is how I want styles to be structured. Something like this, so that I can make a, so that I can just see them all. Maybe separating that's good. This expression has type string, but an expression was expected of type attribute. Okay, so maybe this should be background. Feels like it should be like this. Right? Maybe that's what it wants. Maybe a couple of things happening, potentially related to how styles defined or used, how the body tag is structured. Plain string. Should I Strict module usage. Most important. So is that my problem? It says open Dream-Html, open HTML style. So that's why I was thinking I didn't need to do all of that extra stuff. So maybe I just don't want to open. Well, I like having those open like that though. It feels like style. Where can I see? Where's style defined in here? PPX. Actually, can I just want to search in the project? Style. That's HTML. That's JavaScript. Here we go. Default style. Style sheet as style. What is this? Style. Okay. No style used. Zero style in this repository. You hate to see it. Okay. Back to the repository, please. I really just want to see how that is defined. Form validate, send, see, query, form query response, send, set body right, get super flag. Dream method, get posted, trace any static asset, live reload. Where's H1 defined? That's Dreamwork. Where's the actual code? Maybe he's getting it from one of these packages then. Alright, well, we gotta figure this out. We need... Whoops, did I delete style somehow? When did that happen? Okay, so this is an expression type attribute. Unbound constructor, background color. Okay, this expression has type string, but an expression is expected of type attribute. What is the type attribute? Google, you're no help. Double check your indeed calling style from Dream-Html, HTML. Not some other function or variable. It might need me named style. There was another style, wasn't there? What's this? Okay. This invariant expression is expected to have type blah, and there is no constructor within type camel internal format basics.format6. That is an error message right there. This variant expression is expected to have type a unit string attribute format 4. Could be that I just want this. Nope. Oh, is this because I've got it in an array? Is this like the wonky version where it all has to be a string? Oh, Let's see. Ah, look at that. There, we've done it. We have Made a red background. We've used the ugly version of style though, and not the easy to clean to read one. Maybe I'll have to message UR and see if he can tell me what I'm doing wrong. But for now, that's cool. We got that working. Let's take another look. I've only got another like 20 minutes or so I wanna be actually getting something done today. All right, so background color, red, not my favorite. I would like to do some, let's do a gradient. Let's see if we can get a linear gradient working. Because yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna go from setting the background color to red to setting the background color to the most difficult possible value we can find. This one seems perfect. Let's use that one. Background. Just stick that in there. And then we do a Dune build. And we execute. And then we take a quick peek and that looks awful. What did you do, Mozilla? Why are you like this? Why are you the way that you are? Oh, it's because HTML doesn't have the full height. If I gave this full height, yeah, we could just do that. All right, so that's perfect. All right, so that means we could go to main. I really want to put an angle on this gradient though. Not that one. What are you? Ooh, that's fun. I thought I could do an angle. I thought I could like give it a degree. Oh, right here. Gradient going from the bottom to the top, starting blue, turning green at 40% of its length. Yeah, 45 degree. Do that. That'll be fun. We do need to give our HTML an additional style. So I think what we'll do is we'll split this up to make it somewhat more readable. And then I assume I want that. And then I assume I want style underscore like that. And then this can have height 100%. Question mark? Invalid format. What? Character number 12. Invalid conversion percent. Oh. What? Do I need to do 100% like that? It just doesn't like the percent sign? Well, that's problematic. What's a good height? What's the old CSS height? What are the allowable values? Max content, min content. Can you tell me about this? The intrinsic preferred height, the intrinsic minimum height. But not more than max content. Stretch. Let's try that. I don't know that I've ever actually read the spec for the CSS height thing, but you know, today's the day for it. So let's come back here. Let's do a build again. Let's do a quick exec. Refresh. Now we've got our 45-degree angle, and it's still repeating. It did not. Height stretch did nothing. Lies and slander. Stretch did nothing. I really wanted percent. Percent is what I wanted. Why am I not able to do percent in here? %. Invalid format. if I just do a Dune build, is it gonna, nope, it's gonna be mad at me. Invalid conversion percent. We didn't leave anything in like our Dune file, did we? No, we don't have any extra rules. That would be problematic if there was like, oh, height VH. Ooh, see you later, Yarrow. Height VH, that's a good idea. I don't love VH either, but it doesn't really work on mobile, but it'll work great here. Dune build. Boop, boop. Okay, that went a different direction than I thought it would. 45 is this way? Wait, which one does it start with? Anyway, that worked. So first of all, good call out, Yarrow. Boot for dev. Even though you're not here anymore. You did great. Let's see, E6. This is red. 45 degrees. So 45 degrees is like this. So I actually want this to be negative 45 degrees. And that will put it in the direction that I thought, because I wanted blue here and it goes down to red. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I feel like it would be almost cooler if it was, yeah, it doesn't matter. This is what we're working with right now. All right, so we've got our web app up, running. So we can go back to main and take a look at this. So we've got this version of style, which sucks, but I don't know. I guess that's what we're working with right now. We'll have to figure out later how we get the un-underscored style to work, because that feels like that's probably where the like goodness is. Like that's what I'd want. I want to not use this. I want to use not strings. If there's like an attribute that's gonna like give me some sort of like LSP and type checking, then that's what I want. For now, we'll just use this. Why would title have attributes? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So yeah, so we've got our height, we've got our background color, got a good morning world. Now we need to think about authentication, because the whole point of this is that we want to build something that you can authenticate using Savvy. So how do we do that? Let's see, we need to, let's hit up OCaml draw. Okay, this is all useless now. Alright, so we've got our own little app here. What should we do? What should we have in this? We should have welcome to OCaml land. So we've got our gradient in the background. I should like take a picture of that and like drop it in here. Welcome to OCaml land. And then we should have like, I don't know, there should be like stuff that you can only see if you're logged in. I don't know. Let's have a button. So normally there will just be a button that just says login, right? Log in with, I don't know, we'll say GitHub. Oh, we'll just do login. I might use our Beyond Identities hosted web authenticator because it's way easier to configure. And it's way more secure than GitHub's authentication stuff. Sorry, GitHub. You know, just get Pixie implemented and then get back to me and we'll reevaluate. So welcome to OCaml land. We'll do this. It'll have like a login. Let's call it like this. This is what it'll look like. So when you log in, it will look something like this, but there'll be no login button. There'll just be like, I don't know, a series of pieces of information about things that people care about and stuff. And then when you read it longer, you realize that it didn't make much sense because of the war in the internet of places that you have been, even in the twilight of mystery and snacks. Yeah, something like that. So this is our goal state. We just want to have something simple. We want to be able to log in, and then we want to see text that's gated behind a workflow. Maybe we change this. Maybe this is a separate page. Maybe this page is login up here. Login. So if they navigate to / if they navigate to the root of the website, it is going to attempt to take them to login if they are not logged in. Otherwise it will display this. So then this down here will be the / root. And we'll use middleware. Middleware will redirect unauthed users / sessions to log in every time. So we'll do that. We'll have a little arrow here and we'll go grab this like this. Need way more curve. How do I get some more curve out of this? Can I add more lines? I don't want to do that. Guess not. Okay, we'll put this here. Alright, middleware is going to redirect people back. So if they try to hit this, so we'll build this first. We'll build our welcome to OCaml Land. We'll call this infinite storage of. Dang, missed the notification. Oh, I did miss the notification. Welcome, Lesby. I'm still trying to figure out how ads work. So if an ad pops up, oh yeah, for the stream too, yeah. But also if an ad pops up and it gets nuts, just say something in chat and I'll not, I'll try to keep it so that the things that are happening during the ads aren't important. Which maybe you can't see, I guess. I don't know. There might be an ad running right now. I'm so confused by how the ads work on this platform. Infinite storage of delirium. Delirium? Delirium? Yeah, no, I know which one you meant. I just wanted it to be clear that I'm still trying to figure out the ad thing. And so if you see an ad, or if something pops up, feel free to just chat and let me know that the ads have arrived. And then I'll change up what I'm working on. That way you guys don't miss anything. Ad worked. Okay. Well, I didn't do anything while you were gone, so don't worry. Infinite storage of, I don't know how to spell delirium. Let's just pick a different word, because that's apparently too hard to spell. Of monotony. Apparently I don't know how to spell that either. All right, hold on. How do you spell monotony? Monotony. Oh, it's just no A. There we go. Infinite storage of monotony. All right. So what we're working on, Lesby, since you just got here. We have Savvy. Savvy is up. Savvy, we have a pull request open to get Savvy in our 040, which will include GitHub integration. So we've got our GitHub integration working. Seems great. Unfortunate fact, though, is that it appears that the DNS settings for Opam's repo is currently borked. So all of the pull requests are all dead. None of them can retrieve the package contents in order to run the CI on them. So that's just kind of dead in the water, but hopefully Savvy 040 will come out soon. Yeah, it's beautiful out there right now. So in the meantime, actually we would need to do this anyway. We want to build something so we can actually see what's going on, and we want to actually demo Savvy in like a real world scenario. So we're building a very quick, well, I say very quick, it's becoming quite lengthy now. We're trying to build a Dream-Html or a Dream web app that's just going to, right now it looks like this. It's just going to let us demo authentication. So it's going to have these two pages. There'll be our welcome to OCaml and page, and there'll be our what you see when you're actually authenticated. So what we're doing first is we're going to build out this bottom one with our gobbledygook, and then we'll attempt to build the login page, and then we'll modify Dream, or we'll add a Dream middleware that'll check to see if the user's authenticated, and if they're authenticated, then it'll let them see the slash, and we'll redirect away from login to the root directory. If they're not authenticated, it will navigate them to login unless they navigate directly to login, in which case it'll just let them go there. This is the plan. So we're going to have a couple of pages. We're just going to use these pages. These are essentially going to be like little handlers. We're going to do this all in one file for now because it's just easier that way. I still do very much want to build a like a Laravel-esque style framework in OCaml. I think that's probably in the near future that we start working on that, but we need to get our Savvy demo app done. So we'll call this main page. We don't really need a who. We don't need any parameters actually. So we'll just get rid of this. Actually, we'll still have this, but we just won't have that. We'll put infinite storage of monotony. Okay, so we got our H1, that's this, whoops, that's that. We'll do a header rule. Can I do this? I got it? It's got it. HR has type what? Has too many applied to it. All right, there can't be anything in an HR. There we go. Okay. All right. So we'll do an HR, and then we need a text block. So I guess we're just going to do a div. And this one should work like that. Yeah. No, we need to, before I forget, let's pass that in. No. This was like one of the biggest trip ups for me when I first started doing OCaml, because when I built out an app called Whenever, this was one of the things that caught me up. Was in JavaScript you can just make functions that don't accept any parameters, and it's fine. But in OCaml, for it to be a function, it has to have a parameter, and so you have to pass the unit parameter, which was it was a source of a bug in my code, because I ended up creating a variable instead of a function for one of my page handlers, and so it would never update because it was built at compile time, and it never updated. It never did any of the things it needed to do. Very exciting stuff. All right, so we need text block. Isn't the same in JS though? Const x equals or function I guess that's true, yeah. Well, I guess const x equals, oh yeah, but it's an empty parentheses. I guess I didn't really think about it like that. I eliminate parentheses from my mind when I'm making the conversion, but I guess that's very true. That is very true. But like in a normal OCaml one, if I was like doing passing a parameter, I would do this, so there would be no parentheses. I don't know. That's a fair point, though. That's a fair point. You do have to still have empty parentheses in JavaScript. Yeah, it was just a learning experience, I suppose, for me. So let's drop this in here. Oh man, I really gotta. Okay, thanks, formatter. I really just needed, no, I've got extra new lines in here that I just need to get rid of, I guess. There we go. All right, now the formatter knows what to do with it. All right, so now we've got this. This is all gonna look ridiculous, actually. Let's run it just because it's always fun to see that. Things are running, things are working. There we go. Infinite storage of monotony. All right, we gotta center that. Oh, wait, we should look at this so I can see what I'm centering. Actually, let's do it here. That way we kind of get an idea what we're doing. So inspect this. I want this to have text-align center. Yeah. And then I want this div to have a max width of 300 pixels. Maybe we do 500 pixels. Yeah. And then, actually, I guess we could have, I don't know. Do I do text line? I guess I could just wrap this in another div and then make that div like a flex box that just moves this div to the center. That could work. That's more readable, maybe. Let's see, H1. So let's do this. I still don't love this style. I can't figure out how to use the regular style in HTML, in Dream-Html. Every time it gives me, like every time I tried to use style, this one. Oh, that's a value. Wait, wasn't there another? I swear there was another style. There it is. A text tag. Note the kind of this tag is not escapes. I don't know what a text tag is though. But I couldn't get this one to work. So I've been stuck using the string attribute version. Oops. Which is way less cool. Yeah, that's why I spend much time digging through the Dream-Html stuff, and I never really figured out where it's like defining that. Like I thought in Dream-Html, I could dug around in all these. Actually, let's see, maybe it's in here. Like you've got a bunch of stuff related to forms. This option required multiple ensure. This is all for form manipulation. Path, head use. Is there even an attribute? ATTR. We look for style. What am I doing? Look for style. No, there's the only two references of style in here. It just seems like it must be pulling it from another. Like I think it's coming from one of these. What was the type? This type that it says it's looking for is a text tag. So come back over here. Do a look for text. Nothing text underscore. Let me just Google it. OCaml text tag. Okay. Text tags, Dream-Html. Text tag, string, raw boolean. Build a tag which can contain only text. Oh, this is from pure HTML. Okay, all right. So here's example, option, attributes, format equal text tag, option, attributes, format. So a text tag, come back over here. So let's say we use this for a second then. Is it text tag? Aha. Constructor, e.g. title, foo. So that would be like, what's, come here, default's false. What they're doing, check the raw text. Or not that one. Which can contain only text. No, Dream does not support escaping inline JavaScript or CSS, so neither does Dream-Html. Oof. If you expand the first result in GitHub, this one, this is online. Okay. Build a tag which can only text. String, raw boolean, optional raw, text tag. You see that? E.g. URL tag returns a text tag, for example. URI tag. Okay. Returns text tag. Build a tag which can contain only a URI. The URI escapes the same rules as URI attribute. Got all these different kinds of attributes. URI tag, text tag. A text tag. Build a tag which can contain only text. So text tag takes a string and it returns an a text tag. So I can do something like, oh, I need a text align right now, right? This expression has type node, but an expression is expected of type attribute. This expression has type string, text tag, but expression is expected. Oh wait, this need to be, obviously I need to pass a value. Sorry for this spam, but if you go back and click show more results, it'll show them condensed. Oh. Oh, like that. Oh, that's good to know. 7 more matches not shown. Whoa, okay. Right there, style underscore text tag. So that's what we're looking for. All these functions create a text tag. Oh, so maybe style. So maybe I'm using style wrong, because these should all be attributes, right? Everything that's inside here, I think is supposed to be an attribute. Let's restart again. All right, so we've got this. The first array or the first list is attributes. So I wish I could attribute list. URI tag. Style. That's what I'm wondering if I need style. But what it's telling me that it doesn't like. This expression has type blah a text tag equals attribute list. What is this? This is helpful maybe. A text tag equals attribute list. And that's going to result in a unit string node format 4. An expression is expected of type attribute, but I need this attribute list. I need to explode this list to get this attribute, I think. A converter. Wish it went the other way. Wish I could just put styles in. Oh, no, it is. Oh, it does go that way. Okay, hold on. I'm like, what's happening here? Oh, and it's using the underscore version. Okay, well, that's what we've been doing. Maybe that style thing isn't what I think it is. I don't know. I guess we'll just keep sticking with the we just stick with the this underscore style. Oh. Text line center. Style underscore text align center. Let's see. So that gets me that. What was that other thing that we needed to do? We need to wrap that in something. And this can go in here. And this can have a style. Okay. Yeah, it looks like he's just using the underscore version of style. So I think we'll just stick with that for now. And then go ahead and do our standard stuff this way, the normal way. Let's see, display flex. Display flex and flex direction. Well, flex direction will be row by default. So justify content. That should be center. And then align items should be center. And let's see, that seems to, oh right. Dune build. Refresh, no. Refresh. Oh. Why isn't it coming back up? Close one. There we go. All right. Oh, I didn't give it the max width. All right. So we need to give this. Man, I don't like that these all have to be on the same line. I guess this is the tailwind way, right? Max width 500 pixels. Dune build. OCaml landing. There we go. Oh, it didn't actually center that div inside the div though. Oh, I max width the wrong one. That's why. We'll just take this. Delete that. Do our style here. Put that there. We'll delete this little extra space there. We'll do and build that. And then there we go. All right. We've got our basic page. All right. So this was step 1 of our plan. our grand scheme. So we now have this. When you go to the root directory, it takes us, you're not helpful, it takes us to this page. It gets us our infinite storage of monotony, series of pieces of information blob, and now we can attempt to guard this. Oh, well, we will attempt to guard this tomorrow because it's already way past when I would normally get off. All right, let's just recap. I'm going to keep this up. This might come in handy later, I think, for us. We'll keep that up because we may dig through that again. Don't need that one. Got that, got that. We've got that over there. We'll need Dream again because we'll have to do our middleware. I guess we'll just keep checking the Opam repository until that fixes. The Dune release stuff we don't need anymore. MCP pilot or MC pilot. I still want to play with that. I do also still want to build an agent. I think this would be really fun. We'll probably build it in Go the very first time just because Thorsten's article is in Go, but I do think it would be exceptionally interesting to rebuild this in OCaml because it's pretty simple. There's nothing in here that really like stands out. The key thing that we're lacking would be that Anthropic does not have an SDK for OCaml. But that is a problem that we will have to worry about in the future. So I'm going to sign off here. Les B, has been great hanging out with you. And yeah, I guess we'll see you tomorrow. All right. See ya.